Hi, and welcome to another episode of Discovering Our Gifts.
I'm Jeannie, and with me are my cousins Lenny and Ani.
In today's discussion, we will be going over empaths and clairsentience, which will include the different empath types and how the clairsentient ability generally works. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell us if and how you resonate with being clairsentient.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today on this episode of Discovering Our Gifts. As you heard earlier, we're going to be discussing clairsentience and empathic abilities that fall within clairsentience. According to dictionary.com, it says clairsentience is the ability to perceive emotional or psychic energy that is imperceptible to the five standard senses. In other words, it's the ability of feeling energies and or emotions in people, places, or things. Empaths, not all. This is a general swath, it's not specifically speaking. Empaths tend to have a dislike for crowds. They tend to like to have deep conversations. They prefer deep conversations over small talk. They tend to need alone time in order to recharge. They like to prioritize other people and be helpful. And they usually have sensory sensitivities. Some bad tendencies that empaths happen to have. They can overstep when trying to help others. They can be a people pleaser to their own detriment, not setting strong boundaries, and they have a hard time saying no to people. And they have a habit of prioritizing others over themselves too much in an unhealthy way. Clairsentience, which we said it's also known as clear feeling, which means sensing or feeling people's emotions, or spirit, communicating with spirit, or touch from spirit. And of course, empaths fall into that thing. Now, when we had to have, it took us a while to get to the understanding of what they meant by communicating with spirit. It completely went over my head. But
Yeah, mine too.
communicating with spirit, basically what they mean by that is sometimes spirit can give you an emotion that lets you know what their emotional state is, what it was at the time of death, what it currently is now, or they can give you a physical sensation, a headache, tightness in chest, nausea, something that might give you a clue as to how they passed away. So that's what they actually mean by communicating with spirit. And then you have touch from spirit, which means actual, tangible, physical touch from spirit. Some people can confuse being empathetic for being empathic. Everyone has the ability to be empathetic. Empathic people tend to take on and absorb other people's emotions. It's not that they feel empathy for someone so much as they actually take on the emotional state of the person they're interacting with.
Nice.
Soul Essence Psychotherapy.com has a questionnaire that helps you figure out what type of empath you are based on the top 7 types of empaths most commonly recognized. We'll be using a list of empaths from masterclass.com. The first empath that they have listed is an animal empath. They are also called fauna empaths. They understand the wants and needs of animals. They may even feel as though they can communicate telepathically with animals. Either you ladies, I know, Jeannie, you have a fear of certain animals and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from ever since I was little. So I don't associate
Ani,
with that one.
do you associate with the animal empath, Ani?
No, I don't think so.
No. I think I do a little bit. I do have 3 dogs and 2 cats. All of them but one are rescues. Strays end up at my door all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, I've had a mommy dog. She was like a hot dog schnauzer, not hot dog schnauzer. She looked like a hot dog chihuahua mix. and she was really small, and she had like 5 puppies with her, and she just showed up at my door, and I had to wait for my husband to come home so that I could hold them in the car. So we turn them into, animal resources. I made sure that they don't put their strays down or anything like that. So they know me. I've been there quite a few times turning in dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always had most of my life we've had animals of some sort in the house. So then there's number 2, which is a dream empath. They may have high sensitivity to dreams, both their own and others, and they can find meaning in all kinds of dreams. I know we definitely resonate with the dream empaths.
I dream a lot. I have a lot of precognitive dreams. I do a lot of epic dreaming. My dreams are very symbolic, a lot of signs and messages for different people. And on occasions, I've shared dreams. Well, I've had dreams where they interlap with my husband. Like we'll end up dreaming about the same thing on the same night, kind of sort of thing. Or sometimes with my son, which is I don't know. But yeah, I dream a lot.
Honey?
I have a different dream, but more premonition dreams. And I remember one helped me a lot because I have a problem with my car. And like 3 days before, I had a dream someone fixing my car. But my dad, he passed away, and he was in my dream telling to the mechanic, how to fix my car. And it was very funny because when I was trying in the real world, my car, I had a problem. So I was trying to find a mechanic, and a friend called me, say, "Hey, how are you? And what are you doing?" I say, "I'm trying to fix my car." And he says, "So what happened with your car?" I say, "I don't know." "Okay, so let me know when you know I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix the car for free. You don't have to pay nothing." So I say, "Oh, okay." So I went to the mechanic, and he was fixing my car, and I was sitting in front of the mechanic, and he was fixing my car. So I was watching him, and after 5 minutes, I remember my dream, and I say, "Oh my God, you know what? I had a dream 3 days before you called me, and I saw my father talking with you, trying to tell you how to fix my car." And I was crying because my father passed away and he never met my friend, but they are together in my dream. So it was like a premonition, and he helped me. So
Yeah.
it was, I don't know, for me, it was like a premonition miracle dream. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I was so happy. I was so happy, and I was crying, and I say, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." And I told him, to the guy who the mechanic, and he was like, "Your father? I never met your father." I said, "Yeah." But that's, I don't know. I was so happy. I have a lot of dreams, but I can't remember now. But this is the good one.
Yeah. Your dad was watching out for you.
Yes. Yeah. It's like a basic dream. Yeah.
I definitely resonate with the dream empath. I've had premonition dreams, not many of them, but I have had them. I've dreamt of people and have had confirmation that they were dreaming of me around the same time. Things like that. I have epic dreams or epic dreaming, both epic dreams and epic dreaming. Just I'll wake up exhausted as if I was literally running around in my dreams physically and things like that. So I definitely, my dreams have been something that have always been stuck out to me since I was really, really young. So yeah, I definitely with that one. Then we have number 3, the Earth Empath. It says they are in tune with changes to the Earth, its weather, the solar system, and the universe. More specifically, geomantic empaths sense large movements in the Earth, including natural disasters.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm an Earth empath, but I am sensitive to my surroundings. Like, you know, the more city like atmosphere versus a more country atmosphere, it affects me a lot. So, but I don't know if that's considered in there or not. But you ladies?
I I might be an earth and I can sense when rain is coming. Like I get I don't even know how, like I get this tingles like on the back of my neck, and I can smell the rain. I can like I just know when rain is coming way before I could see the clouds, and it's just something about it. I can feel it. Or like hmm, that's an all over sensation for me, especially around the neck area, the back of my neck. What about you,
Duani?
honey?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, or I can't remember.
Then we have number 4, the emotional empath. They feel the emotions of others on a deep level, in part by reading facial expressions and body language. They often feel as though they have experienced the emotions of others. Therefore, they easily feel drained. They can also mix up other people's emotions with their own, not realizing, that what they're feeling isn't the emotion, their own personal emotion. It's what they're picking up from other people, places, or things sometimes.
I think I fall under that category too. The emotional. It's like I can feel like if someone near me is sad, I could feel the sadness inside of me.
Right, that's the
Like,
emotional empath.
okay, yeah, I could it's then I'm that also an emotional. I could feel their sadness, I could feel their happiness, and I could be the total opposite in a conversation related, and I'll know if there's someone in the room that is like feeling really down or really sad or really happy or those kind of emotions. And I could just like feel it in me, but I know it's not me, kind of deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Meet Duani.
Yes, for me it's very strong because when I'm going to the break room in work, I'm trying to to take my lunch out, because when I'm going to the break room, I feel energy, and I feel when someone is happy and when someone have like a mess life, like a problems, they don't have to talk, but I feel it. I feel it in here, and I feel it in here, and I feel like something let me feel down, and I'm trying to, I don't know if I can say that in English, I'm trying to avoid that area
You try to
because
avoid the other people.
yes, sometimes I'm trying to avoid, because sometimes I feel like I can't support it, too much. Um, People don't have to talk, but I feel the drama, or I feel like the unhappiness life on people. So I'm trying to protect myself before I'm going to work, because that's not good for me, you
Right.
know. And now I know how can protect myself, but I'm trying to avoid. But when it's necessary, I'm trying to protect before I'm going to the break room. Believe
Yeah.
me, because and
Mm-hmm.
you can see a lot of people with different emotions. And sometimes I decide to sit by myself because I'm trying to, to stay away. And that's not good, but sometimes I say you have to share time with the people. You have to talk, but not with
It's a
everybody.
balance. It's a
Yes.
Yeah, because it's
balance.
kind of like a reset. You give yourself that time out so that you can, like, I guess, reset yourself
Yeah.
or release and recharge so you can go at it again. I do the same at my
Yeah.
job during my breaks. I need
When
it because I'm in customer service, and I need, it's constant, different vibes, different energies from every single customer that comes in. And I need on my breaks, I do the same thing she does. Go outside, take a breather, reset, and do that.
Yeah, definitely. I do that too. I've I have to be in the right mental space to be around lots of people, sometimes particular people. I've always needed extra time to reset and recharge, that alone time. If I
Mhm.
don't get it, I get frazzled. You can just tell I'm like off. I get overly anxious and start dropping things and fumbling things, and I feel like I'm just like scattered everywhere. I need that time to decompress and recompose myself and everything, just release. Yeah. Um, Miss time from school and work just because I couldn't take, dealing with other people's energies um during the day and stuff like that. And I didn't understand why I would get into those periods, but then I learned what being an empath is and stuff like that. So yeah, it's when you're an emotional empath, there's a lot of extra steps you have to take care of yourself, because the emotions, energies, and frequencies of other people and stuff can place a burden on you physically, mentally
Mhm.
and emotionally as well. So you have to a lot of extra steps when you're dealing with that type of stuff. Then we have number 5. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but is either Heyoka or Heyoka Empath. Apparently, the indigenous tribes of the Great Plains of North America came up with this term, or yeah, they came up with that term. Basically, it means sacred clown. It says this type of empath challenges conventional norms and mirrors the emotions of others, causing them to see things differently. So somebody was explaining something to me the other day, and it was like, that sounds like a perfect explanation for what a Heyoka or Heyoka empath is. Part of it, I think part of a Heyoka, and I'm still trying to get my arms around this one, uh,
Yeah.
they the mirroring back. So they will give back the energy that you give off to them. If you approach them friendly, they'll be friendly. If you approach them with an attitude, they'll have an attitude. Sometimes they can even, just by being in the presence of some people, they can reflect back the energy without even doing or saying anything. They just reflect back the energy that the person is giving off to them. Like, if trying to think, they're like, you ever see some people, they just, whatever reason, they rub each other the wrong way. Like,
Mhm.
just, they just completely, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes, it is because one of them is that type of empath where it forces the person with the dysfunction, and issues to see themselves as they really are.
Kind of like giving them a dose of their own medicine. I guess that's where that might come from.
Yeah, yeah, there's some people you come across, and for whatever reason, just by being yourself around them or whatever, it just reflects right off of them. They don't have to say or do anything. It just, you see yourself through their eyes, kind of. I guess that would be the best way they'll make you see yourself through their eyes and see how you really are, how you're really acting, the energy that you're giving off, how you interact with others. They make you see yourself. That would
Mm.
probably be the best explanation that I could think of.
Yeah, I
And
don't associate.
Ani,
No,
La
I don't think
Heyoka,
so.
Heyoka.
No.
Then we have the intuitive empath. That falls also under the claircognizance ability. They have an exceptionally strong intuition. They can enter a room for the first time and immediately sense the underlying vibes of the people and the present situation and circumstances that are happening. For instance, my parents were babysitting my youngest son one time. Went out for a few hours to run some errands, and he stayed with them to play in the pool and everything. They had an in-ground. And when we got back to pick him up, as soon as I entered the house, I sensed something was off. And then people were avoiding my eyes, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Approached my dad. I'm like, everything okay? And he just started breaking down, saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I turned my back for a split sec. I thought your son was getting out of the pool, and he started going under. He wasn't getting out. He like started going under. My dad had to jump in after him and everything. And before anybody told me anything, I could immediately sense in the room that there was something off, like there was a heavy, heavy energy going on. So that would be an example of an intuitive empath.
Yeah.
Wonder what Ani and I were saying earlier, would that fall under intuitive empath or emotional? How she can read the energies in the room and like how
Yeah,
we'll
that
take
would
our breaks
fall.
outside
Yeah, that will fall under that both.
under
Um,
both.
yeah, that would be one of those
Okay.
things that falls under both because you'll walk into the room and you can feel the energy, and
The
then
energy.
beneath that, the emotions of each individual.
Yes. Sometimes I feel something happen. Sometimes I don't know exactly what happened, but I know it's something happened. And I say something happened, but it's like when you know something, but you have the feeling in your body, physical. It's
Mhm.
like at the same time. So you have two feelings at the same time. You know something in your mind that something happened, but you feeling in physical too. So it's very weird because you know something happened, but you feel like desperate, and you feel like something in here on your chest or your stomach, but it's coming first from your mind. It is, I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but that's
Yeah,
what I feel when something happened.
your body is with clairsentience, it's and the empathic ability. What kind of happens is your body takes in the energetic information, the frequency information, vibrational information, and it does all this processing. It goes to your head, and your head deciphers everything that your body picked up. So it would be that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
know when something is happened, but the first feeling is in my mind, like something has happened. So, to my son or uh, like family or something. And I remember when my son had an accident, I know something happened with him before the accident gonna be happen. But I was thinking about him and I say, I don't know why, but what happened? I was talking with God because I say, why I have to think about my son and I feel something gonna happen with him. And I was like, everything is okay with him. What's happened? Something happened. So I think after 1 hour, someone called me and he say, "Hey, how are you?" And I say, "Yes, I'm fine, okay." And what about your son? Is he's doing good? Because I woke up this morning and I was thinking about him, and I was like, "What?" I was 1 hour ago talking with God because I feel something is gonna be happening with him, but I don't say anything. I just keep it to myself. So like at 1 o'clock, my my son had an accident, like a bad accident. So the first instant, the first feeling was on my mind because I was thinking about him. But it's like a different mix. First thing here, like I know something, but it's the mix with the feeling on your body. So that's I don't know, can I explain that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it?
because the Claire's usually make also. So that's
Yes.
why you've got
They entangle a lot.
Yeah.
You'll have
yeah.
multiple Claire abilities activated depending on the experience.
Yeah.
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 For me, let me think. Um I wonder, I sometimes can pick up if someone else is like us, that they're aware and have their gifts developed. I know that there's something about the look in their eye or something about the way I don't know. I just know that and I wonder if they know that I'm also like they are.
Do
Like
they
I'm
know that
able to
I
pick that
know
up.
that they know that I know?
Yeah, that happens to me. Not a lot, but it's happened to me before. So I think I could use that under intuitive as an intuitive empath. I'm able to
Yeah.
pick that up.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling too.
Then you have your physical empath. So they can feel a person's physical symptoms in their own body, just in the way an emotional empath would, but they feel the physical. They may feel the physical pain of others due to this intense physical empathy. So
Is that
I
the medical empath?
personally, it could be sometimes, yes, sometimes some of these people have different names for them. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but it probably is because they'll be able to assess sometimes, like they'll feel someone else's pain, like, oh, you might have a shoulder injury, from what I feel of what's going on in you. So I would imagine it could be a medical impact.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have
That'd
that.
be one. I wonder about that because sometimes I've said to myself, am I a hypochondriac? Because sometimes like I'll have this knee pain and someone near me will be like, my knee hurts or whatever. And then I have that knee pain. And then I don't know if I'm picking up. And I've said to myself, I wonder if I'm a hypochondriac, but it doesn't happen all the time. It's not an all the time occurrence, just sometimes. So I wonder if that's why, or what is it, physical or medical empath? I
Yeah.
wonder if that would fall under that. And it'll go away, you know. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You, Ani?
No, thanks God, no.
Yeah. I have enough medical issues of my own. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really don't need anybody else's. So yeah. But the physical medical empath, I would think a lot of that would come with healers too, because they would be able to sense and therefore heal.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then you have number 8, which is a plant empath. They can also be called a flora empath. They sense the needs of plants around them, much like an animal empath can find themselves working with animals and stuff like that. A plant empath may also be called to work with plants. they may be naturally
Plants.
drawn to them. Yeah,
I think we all are, right? Plant
yeah,
empath.
yeah.
Claire, you say?
Plant
Yeah.
Plant
empath.
mothers. La
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all fall into that category for sure.
I
yeah.
don't know why, but I feel like to have plants front of my door and front of the door, front of the balcony. I don't know why, but I feel like it's like protect the front of my apartment. I don't
You
know
feel
why,
it's
but that's what I
protective.
feel. That's what I feel. Like it's protect for me.
Yeah.
And inside too, but I feel more outside at the front of the balcony. I feel like protection. I don't know. It's a feeling. I don't know if
With
I'm
me, I've
pretty
always
close to the
been
truth or not, but that's what I feel.
I've always been drawn to them. As a matter of fact, the plant that you have behind you, Lenny, I
The
had my
pothos.
first one of yeah, I had my first one of those when I was 17 or 18. And I fell in love with it and I needed it. Like something told me to take it home with me and I took it home with me. And I ended up carrying that plant with me when we moved to Puerto Rico. And it's all today it lives in my parents' house because I left it. They wouldn't let me bring it with me, but it's that old. Like I love plants. But weirdly enough, sometimes they die on me because I'm so involved in the everyday
Busy.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so busy that they'll die on me. But I love plants. I love flowers and things.
Yeah. I tried in my 20s to work with plants a little bit, but busy and kids were little and all of that, working full time. I just didn't have the time. And then when I stopped working, I had made it, I told myself I wanted to eventually get into my plants. And then, like, 5 years ago, I learned how to propagate them. And now I have a whole bunch of plants all around the house and everything. And I talk to them and, oh, I know you need a little bit of water. You need some fertilizer. You need this. And let me get you out in the sun for a little bit. My husband laughs at me, but yeah, I plants everywhere. I love them, and
Let me see.
I also have
Fine.
the peace lilies. I have a bunch of peace lilies that I propagated from one, and they give off, what do they call it? It's a relaxing chemical. Um, so I have a whole bunch of those around the house, but I enjoy it. It's fun, and
Yeah.
it's a form of grounding when you work with your plants and stuff like that. So yeah.
As a matter of
Mm.
fact, I have mints in my kitchen. And a while ago, I had a dream that my dad told me to buy mint and to
You
have it
got to
in the
get those
kitchen.
mint plants.
He told me it was good luck to have it in the kitchen in the dream. My dad is alive and well, so but I had that dream with him, and so I went out and I got my plants, had them in the kitchen. They died on me, and then went out again recently and bought two more. I have them in the kitchen so far, and they've been doing pretty good. And I don't know, I have a thing for plants.
Yeah, I love
Now I
them.
know why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for inside, I have it's very close to me. It's that's my favorite for inside. I don't know how
The
you call
snake
that.
plant. It's called a
Yeah,
I
snake
have
plant.
that outside. I have her outside. I have
I have
two,
two
the boy
inside.
and the girl. I have them outside, right at my door, my front door. I
Yes,
also
because
like to have like wind chimes and things for my plants because I know they like music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
so I try to have all that kind of stuff for my plants. I love wind
Yeah.
chimes. So
The only one I don't have is the snake plant, and I bought one for my daughter-in-law, and it's
you know,
big and growing
it's a
healthy at her house.
it's a good luck. It's good luck to have that kind of plant, but you gotta
Yeah,
have both.
the female and the male.
The female and
Yeah,
the male,
I
yeah.
have both. And people
They
say
say it's
that's a
good
good
luck.
one for the apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they call them plants of steel because they don't need a lot of light.
Yeah.
They're very hard to kill off.
And
So it
water.
was actually one of the next plants up because I have begonias. I even have begonias inside the house. They're usually an outdoor plant, but I have them in some of my indoor windows. The peace lilies, the pothoses. I have another one there. I don't know what it is. It's two of them. I don't know what they are. And the snake plant was going to be one of the next ones that I got a couple of so I could start propagating some of those and things like that. Because now it's the corners, all the places where the sun comes in has all the plants. So now I need to find plants where I could put in the corners where it doesn't get a lot of direct sun. So that's why the snake plant was my next go-to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. And beautiful too.
Yeah. They warm up a house so quickly. So number 9 on the masterclass.com list is the precognitive empath. They can sense the future. They may see future events in their dreams or sense them through heightened emotions or premonitions. I don't I get I guess dreams. I've had some precog dreams, not many. I guess the most recent precog dream I probably had, it was some years back, but I dreamt that one of our uncles and our grandfather was on a big white medical ship, and everywhere around us it was flooded. It was just, and it was me, my mom, and my grandma. We were on the second floor of a row home back in Jersey, and everything was just, as far as you could see, everything was flooded out, and there was a medical ship. And I couldn't figure out why I was dreaming it, and then um the pandemic came around, and I started preparing for the pandemic months before they even started closing the first countries across seas and stuff like that, because that dream just kept popping in my head and popping in my head, and it was a white medical ship. So that was probably like the most recent precog dream that I can remember, premonition dream that I can remember.
I guess I fall into that category because I have premonition dreams or precog dreams. And not not all my dreams are precognitive dreams, but some tend to be that. I guess my most recent one was actually some in your bro I dreamt that your brother told me to look up the definition of what my name meant. And so I did, but I didn't find anything. Like when I woke up, I was like, let me look it up because I know that I tend to dream stuff and some of my dreams comes true. Uh so at that time, at that moment, I didn't find anything relative to what this all could be. But then fast forward to what I think it was a few days ago. I was looking for some other information and actually ran across what is it called? What is it that I was looking for? Your soul urge number.
Your
I was trying
expression
to
number,
my expression number and all that stuff because her brother does
numerology.
numerology. Right. So I was looking for some other stuff to do something else, and I needed my soul urge number. So I found the page, found all that info, the core numbers, and my soul urge, the soul urge number, you get it from your name, the name that's on your birth certificate. When I put that out there, it gave me my number, my soul urge number. And is it the soul? I may be getting this wrong. It's
I
one
think
of
it
my
was the
core numbers.
expression.
Oh yes, sorry. It was the expression number. It's one of the 4 core numbers that I needed for this thing. And I used my name. With my name, I was able to find that number, and it gave me a number that now makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm actually a master number 11. according to my name, based off of my name. So even though my life path, I'm a life path number 9, I'm also a master number 11, which makes a lot of sense for us. It's funny because now there's an 11, an 1122, and a 33, right?
Yeah.
We'll get more into that. We have another episode on numerology, and they talk about all that stuff there. We talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess that's my, and I hadn't even realized that it was, I tried to find it at that time. It didn't come up, but now it did. And it was information that I was trying to find on myself, with the life path numbers and all that. But I found it looking for something else actually. So there's that.
And you, Ani?
Just let me know if my experience is what you say. It was not a dream, but I was going on bed and something on my mind. It was like a movie. I saw someone say, um, a person who I know in my mind, and they say, like, I'm gonna put everything back. But I saw him. I saw the person in my mind, and he say, I'm gonna put everything back. And I was like, what is that? So I think after 1 week, I talked with the person, and the person say, I don't know, it's just with the connect with that. But I saw the person and he told me, oh, you know what? I'm gonna sell everything because I have a lot of cars. I have a lot, and my storage is full. So I say, what? I was like, I'm going back to that day 1 week ago that I saw on my mind, and I say, wait a minute, I think it's just like a connection with he say that now. So I don't know, is that a premonition or it is, I don't know, what is it?
That sounds like also what happened when you heard Jeannie that one night or that one morning. You heard her say, Mira, pon eso, echa eso para allá, o algo así. And then it happened at the job. If it,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
That's a
that's
premonition.
premonition.
it's premonition.
Mhm.
It is what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just a difference. Like I dream them. You, I guess you would use one of the clairaudience. Through clairaudience, you have precognitive information,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's
I
a
think
little
so.
bit of clairaudience and it's a little bit clairvoyance because you're getting like a vision in the mind and then you're also hearing.
And it's gonna
Hearing
be
that,
happening in the future.
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's something that then happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
usually mine's are all through dreams. I see stuff that happens in the dreams, and then it'll end up coming true. Heart trouble, all that kind of stuff comes
Yeah.
through.
Number 10 on our list is called the Psychometric Empath. They can sense emotion and energy from objects. They may be able to relate the object back to specific people, locations, events, time periods and stuff like that. So you could pick something up and get information from the object by
Oh,
touching it.
that's
Yeah.
in Spanish they call psychometria. I don't know. It's a
Yes. Psychometric.
See,
psychometric. Like when you
Yes.
touch something and you have information for the picture
Yes. Yep.
or
Exactly.
another thing stuff.
You
Personal
sometimes
stuff.
you could pick up who the object used to belong to. You could pick up the emotions that the object would invoke in another person, or memory that it could be involved with. There's all kinds of information you can pick up from an object. a building, if you touch the wall of a building, you'd also be able to get information for someone who has that type of ability. You would
Would
be able
that
to do that.
include, I wonder, would that include like the feeling you get from a house or from a home? Would that
I
fall
think
under that?
I think that would fall under that other one, the
Intuitive?
intuitive empath. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then
You
no, I don't think
you
I.
you pick up like the energies and vibrations of a house or a place and stuff like
Okay.
that.
No,
Now,
then
if you were to touch the actual wall, inside, outside, the banister to the stairs or something like that, and get information, that would be psychometric. But if you walk, let's say you walk into the house and you just pick up all that information without touching anything, that would be that intuitive empath.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've never had
Real
that type
quick.
of experience. Has that ever happened to you, Ani? Have you ever touched anything and gotten information from it?
No, no recuerdo nunca haberlo tenido y no lo necesito.
You don't
Yeah.
remember having it?
Sorry,
No.
I'm talking in Spanish. Mm, No, I don't have no, I don't have that.
Yeah, me neither. Have
No.
you, Len?
No, not that
Not
I can
for now
remember.
because we don't know.
I know. Yeah, I mean, they say there are people who say like once if you have a few of the abilities, you potentially have all the abilities. It's just about which ones,
Oh,
manifest stronger within you.
okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know that's one that I would want. Because, I mean, you have to touch a lot of things, and I'm sure there's a lot of memories out there that I really don't want running around in my head. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
But
one that I want.
I remember something. A friend told me when he put the hand on the person, he know he's sick or not. And he say, when I touch someone, I know he's telling the truth or he's a liar. But
But that might fall under the physical and medical empath.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
but
I
falls
think
on.
that
not
falls under.
medical, not necessary because he say, I know when someone tell me like a personal problem or something, if I touch the person, I know he's telling the truth or a lie. And I know if someone of he's sick or not when he touch or he hug the person.
Okay, so that part right there should fall under the physical and medical empath. The part about the lying and telling the truth, I don't know.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
the
No.
He's always
intuitive.
when he
I
touched
think
the
that would
But
be
when
person.
he touches
yeah.
them, that's definitely under the clairesentience
Because
category.
I don't know. Because okay,
But
so
because
so
psychometric
we're
is
talking
objects
about
or
the
it can be a
object,
person.
right?
No, psychometric is objects.
Objects. Okay.
Objetos,
Objects.
objetos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it's a person, that falls under your intuitive, your physical, emotional empath abilities.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the psychometric is the objects,
Objects. Oh,
specifically
okay.
objects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
Then we have number 11, which is the telepathic empath. They have a special connection that allows them to read other people's thoughts. I don't know if I've had that one. I mean, I am one of those people that other people tend to say to, you took the words right out of my mouth many times, or, I break down what it is that they're feeling or thinking better than they do and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's actually that. I no claims.
Telepathic. I think so. And I have a friend, and every time I call her, she say, "You know what? I was thinking about you right now, and you calling me at the same time." And that's happened all the time, but just a lot of time is with her, with one of my friends. And I think last week happens to time. And he say, "You know what? You can't believe me. I was talking about you with another coworker and you calling me at the same time." And I say, look at the coworker. She's calling me always, always. And it's always happened with my friend. She always think about me or think, oh, I'm, thinking about her. And I always call her, she calling me. I think that's telepathic, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I do know like some people are easier to connect with than others. Like
Yes, I think so.
for me personally, there have been people in my life that I've been able to like read them, so easily, so quickly. Other people are really hard. Um, but I don't know if that falls under that. I get, I would
It's
think
like
so
I call
because
her in
it's
my mind.
right.
Or
That's what I was gonna say
yeah,
because you're thinking of the person, so you're
yeah,
receiving some type of mental message.
yeah.
I don't know if this counts as being a telepathic empath or if it's clairaudience or what it is. But I receive messages from an alive person that doesn't know that I exist. That we have nothing in common but a friend of mine. That's it. And I receive like information from that person, like locations, dates, random information. It could be songs, Golden Gate Bridge, and that's how I was able to um connect them to California. And from California, I was able to kind of figure out and narrow it down to who it is and what I was getting all this information from and what it was relating to. Um, so would that fall under telepathic, or is that clairaudience? What do you guys think
¿Qué
that
tú
would
crees,
be?
Annie? What do you think, Annie? You think that's telepathic?
Yes, I think it's telepathy because you receive information. Yeah.
From a
And
live person, a
if
living
you,
Yeah,
person.
yeah, and if you
yeah,
can how you say, validate,
Validate.
so
yeah.
it's
I was able
information is
to.
telepathic.
Yeah, I was able to like follow, kind of like follow the yellow brick road, all the what is it called? All the hints kind of and clues that he sent me. I was able to find who this person was through internet and everything, and I was able to narrow it down to who the person was. So yeah, I was able to validate all the information. I know exactly who it is, but they don't know who I am at all. At all. So it's really weird to get. I can feel I can feel them. I can feel their like emotions sometimes, and then I'll receive like all this information from them in my mind. It's weird. And then it's really different from like when spirit talks to me or my spirit guides. Is a completely different feeling and emotion.
Yeah, because if the people is alive, is
Is
you
alive,
can
yeah.
feel like a spirit or guide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So number 11 was the last one. The telepathic empath was the last one for the masterclass.com list of different types of empaths. Then we found information on some other types. There is a Sigma empath. They have a deep understanding of other people's emotions. They may, even though they may struggle with expressing their own emotions, they make great listeners and they tend to isolate themselves a lot. They need a lot of alone time. I definitely resonate with the Sigma empath.
So do I.
um,
I think so.
yeah, I have a hard time putting my own, emotions into words, but I can, get exactly what other people are trying to say better than they can themselves a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times.
Yep.
I've said many times I need alone time a lot and things like that. Anything else about the Sigma that you
Um, no, everything you said pretty much covers it up. I'm very comfortable in solitude and
yeah.
being alone and being relaxed, and for me it's so relaxing and soothing. So yeah, I do identify with the Sigma. I know Ani probably does too.
Hmm, not really, not too much.
Okay.
So maybe, but not sure about that.
Okay.
Then we have a dark empath. I didn't know there was such a thing. They tend to be narcissistic. They like to instigate troubles and give bad advice. And when they sense emotions in people, they will use their emotions against them. They'll use their emotions and weaknesses against them. Instead of using them to help the person, they'll use them as a weapon against the person.
Mm.
That
Wow.
that's a dark empath.
Dark empath?
That's a dark
Wow.
empath. They're narcissistic. They will cause problems. They will give you bad advice on purpose to cause more problems for you. Because they'll get joy out of watching you go through issues and stuff. And then they will use your emotions, like when we sense the emotions of people, if they're sad, we try to counsel them so that they can feel better. A narcissist will use what they know about your emotions against you.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
And I know we
Definitely don't.
don't
Mm-mm.
with that one. Um,
Yeah, but I know people like that.
yeah, I've known since I read that, there's someone who came to mind that I knew from the past and stuff that yeah, that they might fall. Um, some of the other empath types that we found that weren't on the masterclass.com list, there's a tech empath. They have an intuitive understanding of technology. So if there's a glitch or an error that's happening, they like can automatically intuitively sense what's causing that problem. They'll have an intuitive sense of how technology works. So they won't have to read the manual. They'll be able to operate the technology without reading the directions because they just understand it on a deeper level. It's not me.
Nope. No, me neither.
No, no.
Um, then there's a crystal empath. They have an intuitive understanding of crystals, how to use them, and what they are for. From my understanding, they have to have a good balance of crystals. They can be overloaded with crystals, I think. So they have to be careful of um the crystals that they surround themselves with, I guess.
Mm.
I think
I'm
Ginny, you
definitely
said,
drawn. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
always been drawn to crystals. I don't know why, but I've always, even before I knew all about all this stuff, I've always had crystals. Um, I got Ani into crystals. But yeah, but
Yeah.
I always try to carry around a little bag of crystals. Um, I'll have my rose quartz, my amethyst. There's certain ones that I'm more drawn to than others, but yeah, I tend to have a little set usually on me at all times. Little tumbly crystals for my pocket. But yeah, for protection, for peace, for good luck, for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm drawn to them.
Mhm.
And I mean, even rocks, like I'll have pieces of rock and stuff like that on me. I don't know if it's the earth element in me, but which could partly be it. So, because I have like I'll have sea glass and rocks and stuff like that also. But definitely I associate with the crystal empath. Do you?
You, Wani?
Yeah, I love crystals. My favorite is amethyst and rose quartz. I don't know why, but when I saw the stone in my living room, I feel like I feel peace. Like I feel the energy, make me feel peace. But in my room, I just only want have the green one and the what is the green one? Aventurine?
Green
Mm-hmm.
Adventure.
Yeah. And the rose quartz. That's what I like to my room, to my bedroom. I don't know why, but made me feel peace.
That's good.
Do you have any, Lenny?
No. Well, I have the 2 bracelets that you guys sent me years ago. I still have those. I had a purple one. The Is it the
Amethyst?
amethyst?
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't working for me. And somebody told me that not everybody vibes with all crystals, I guess. That was the first time I'd ever
Mhm.
heard of that. So then my niece, she became infatuated with crystals. I guess someone in her class or somebody showed her one. So I gave her my amethyst. But yeah, I've been wanting to go
They
back. We have a
say,
crystal shop nearby that I want to check out though.
yeah. They say
Yeah.
the amethyst is actually good for like for dreams, for health and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah,
The
I got
amethyst.
it.
It's good for like healing properties. The rose quartz also for
Yeah, I've
healing, for
heard of the
love.
rose for
Yeah.
healing. I got it at a
Mhm.
botanica and I had
Oh,
asked,
it may have needed some cleansing.
yeah, I cleansed it. I did a cleansing. I had bought my sage bundle and the crystal, and I had asked for a crystal that would help me further my gifts. And then I slept with it. I cleansed it out and everything, and I slept with it under my pillow, but my dreams went and it took me a minute to get back into the flow of my dreams afterwards. So I stopped sleeping with it. I stopped keeping it on me and everything. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't vibe with me.
No, but it might not be a crystal.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But that's
The actual
weird.
crystal type. Yeah. I thought it was weird. I was all excited. I was like, man. But yeah. After that, you have your kinesthetic empath. They sense emotion through dance. So I guess like they could be really moved by a dance performance or something, like when a dance performance is giving off emotion, they'll pick up
There's
on that
something
emotion.
about I definitely associate with that one. I love to see dance, especially ballets. Like I get so moved. There's no words, there's no nothing, but just watching I've seen the Nutcracker, Swan Lake and all those types of ballets. I love them. There's something about it. I just get so moved. Um, I'll get teary eyed and everything over them. So I guess I would be
Yeah,
a
I'm
kinesthetic
not.
empath. You're
I
not?
mean, don't get me
Oh,
wrong. If there's music, I guess, like, I don't know. I'm more the actual music for me. So,
now I get really cringy over the contortionist. I can't, that type of movement. I can't. Mm-mm. I don't know if that might be the kinesthetic empath in me that makes me like it really repels me to see a contortionist. I just can't. I could almost feel their pain, kind of. It's weird.
every time
I
I
won't.
hear contortionist, this contortionist they got on the show to play this creepy demon type thing, and that always just pops that picture always pops into my
Um,
mind. every time. It's just, ugh. You wanted to, tú sientes las emociones de los bailadores.
De movimiento,
Um,
de baile,
I don't
no?
know. I never think about that before. So I'm gonna pay
I
attention.
I do. I mean, even what is it? Like a tango, like to watch. I don't know. I'm moved by dance. I love dance. I think what else comes to mind? Dance, regular dance, a good salsa. Like I could watch the couples, the people that are like really into it and do all the movements. The tango, a waltz, even by waltz. I don't know if it's the combination of the music and the but even street dance and all that kind of, I love all that. I think it's great. I love it.
Sound empath is the next one. They pick up on the vibrations and emotions of music. That one's me.
Yes.
Ever since I was a little kid, like sad songs, I would feel the sadness, I would feel the loneliness if that's what they talked about. If it was up and, high beat, and it's just always like music's always moved me, always.
Love,
Lyrics and
love,
all of
love,
that.
love music.
And I love to feel the vibration of music.
Yes.
Um, when there's certain, like in my younger days, I used to love to go to the club because I loved the way you not only heard, you could feel the music within you, and I loved that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
love all kind of sounds. I love nature sounds, the ocean. I could sit all night long listening to the ocean, the waves back and forth, back and forth.
Rain.
Even nature sound, rain. I love a good symphony. Like I could sit at an opera, a symphony. Um, I love all of it. Even there's a movie, The Last of the Mohicans. There's a scene where I won't spoil it for, well, there's a spoiler alert, but there's a scene where I think the Indian that she's running with, or she's like kind of falling in love with, he falls, they kill him and he falls off a cliff. And then she takes a step and she'd rather kill herself and than to, I guess, live the way she was gonna live. And then I don't know, the music that they played in that scene, I could hear it. I have it in my playlist because there's something about the music that moves me and it'll bring me to tears just from hearing that part of the song from that scene. Like I have a lot of music. Even in Bridgerton, the Bridgerton,
Mm.
I that's one thing that I really love about their scenes from the different times that they're doing the parties and all that stuff. The way they've taken recent
Modern
music,
music.
recent songs, modern music, and turned it into classical instrumental music. Ah, I love it. Love it. I'm all for
Yeah.
it. Some people don't,
Yeah.
it's not some people's cup of tea, but it's definitely for me. Because
They've
I just,
used it perfectly in the show.
yes,
They've used
they
the
have
music perfectly in their show. Yeah.
music and a good piece of what is it called when they for the movie? It's like music makes the movie sometimes. It's they call it, it
Yeah.
has a name. I'm sorry, it's escaping me right now. But it'll make a scene. Like some
Oh, yeah.
scenes without the music are nothing. Like there's
Exactly.
nothing going on in that scene without the music
Exactly.
behind it, without the
Yeah.
Yeah,
musical
because
piece.
maybe that the music, um, the music in the movies, they use it for the emotions. I
Hmm.
don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
you
an
think about
emotional,
that.
it raises the emotions of a scene and of the
Yeah,
person watching.
yeah, that's true. So create the
Yeah.
emotion in you.
Well, they do it in church as well. Like if you
Yes.
ever watch a service on TV, like when they start having calls to the altar or donations and stuff, they'll start playing music at certain times. They use it as a tool to evoke emotion in you. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Music will bring me to tears. I can't deny it. Music
Oh
will bring
yeah.
me to tears.
Um, a song can bring me to tears faster than a movie can sometimes. Like I don't know what it is between the lyrics and the actual melody and the vibration of the music. It'll do it every time. There are certain songs I can't listen to. And you know it's so funny though. My husband makes fun of me because there are certain songs that are very they're supposed to be high vibrational songs. They're about good Whitney Houston's one song, The Greatest Love of All, nails on a chalkboard to me. Nails on a chalk. I cannot, it's playing in my head right now and I want to rip it out. Like R.
Why?
Kelly,
Mhm.
I don't know. R. Kelly, what's I Believe I Can Fly.
That I'm not a fan of.
Stick nails in my ear, my drum, like just straight up, I can't do it. And he laughs at me because he's like, these are positive songs about positivity. And I'm like, rip my ears off. I can't stand listening to these songs. I don't know. And I don't know if there's something behind those songs. Like, well, R.
Well, maybe
Kelly,
you're
we all
picking up
know
on
that.
yeah,
But
you may be picking up on the emotions behind what inspired them to write these songs. So,
or
'cause
the singer
usually
themselves that are
Yeah,
singing the
the
song,
aura,
yeah,
something.
right?
But I
the
love
emotion.
Whitney Houston. R. Kelly has other songs that I really like. It's these like very particular, there's like 3 or 4 of them. They're supposed to be like positive songs, and I can't stand as soon as I hear it, like, nope, I can't. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's my quirk. The alpha empaths tend to be introverted and, for lack of a better word, antisocial, where an alpha empath is actually extroverted and very social, more so than your average empath. I personally go back and forth,
I
you
would say
know,
the same. I have some tendencies of the alpha, but I'm not 100% an alpha. I'm like a mix between the sigma and the alpha, if I could,
you know.
because I like going out and I like going to parties and all that stuff. I do. So I guess that would be like my tendency. I like hanging out with friends, with family. I like all that. But then comes in where afterwards I feel tired. Like I'll
That
feel
happens
tired.
to me a lot too. I have to be in the mood. I go back and forth. Depends where I am mentally and physically, emotionally. Sometimes in the mood, like, let's go have some drinks, let's party it up. And other times I'm like, I don't even want to know other people exist. Like, I need to be alone completely. So, yeah. And you want to?
I think everything changed. Depends about the age.
That's another thing too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, depends. But I don't know. It's a mix. Yeah, but everything changed. I don't know. It's depend about you. I think so.
Yeah.
So you don't right now you don't feel like a alpha empath?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Then you have your super empath, and they have all the empathic abilities. They pick up vibrations and energies off of everything and everyone, and they just intuitively have an understanding of all kinds of things. you know I for sure am not. and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
hard
not
enough
because
being the different types I I am already. I couldn't even imagine having sensitivities to every single thing at all times. It would
drive
too
you
much.
crazy.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah,
much.
too
Could
much.
drive you crazy.
Some tips for empaths' well-being: be very careful about who you spend time with. Because you pick up so many energies and vibrations of other people. If you tend to hang around negative, toxic people, that's what you're going to be absorbing and carrying with you all the time. So you want to be picky and choosy who you spend time with. Um, Journaling is a good way to release a lot of the energies and stuff that you pick up. Making time to reset, spending time alone. Sometimes taking a long walk, hot shower, a hot bath, or, whatever it is that you enjoy doing that lets you really unwind and recharge yourself. Setting strong boundaries. You know, we tend to want to help everyone and please everyone, and you can't be all things to all people at all times. So you have to have boundaries that allow you to take care of yourself. It's really
Yeah.
important. Practicing meditation for
Grounding, shielding.
grounding, spending time in nature, putting up your protective bubbles, your lights of surrounding protection, and all of that. That really helps when you're, especially like if you have to go into a crowded event. There's a lot of people, and it just affects you so much. Definitely try the lights of surrounding protection and stuff like that.
And
Um,
in meditation, releasing energies that are not
Releasing
yours, that type of
energies.
thing.
Yep. Transmuting energies, everything that is not yours, release and let go. Yeah.
Hmm.
A lot of people who are empaths are highly sensitive people. The nervous system seems to be something that's always a little different than people who are non-empathic and things like that. If you ever wanted some more information on highly sensitive people, there's the book The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aron. She's a doctor, and she did actual studies on people who are sensitives, and she was able to find actual like markers in the systems that were different from other people. Um, Children, empathic, highly sensitive children, they tend to have more cortisol in their systems, and other things that are related to stress. They'll find those markers in their blood work and stuff like that. So if you ever wanted to get more information on what it is to be highly sensitive, definitely recommend that book. Did you ladies have any tips? Do you guys have any tips? Like what works for you guys?
Um,
I do
I
the
believe,
releasing energy. I do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's at
and
least
I
that's what
believe
I try
in
to do.
protection.
Yes.
Uh, I believe in protection for me. I know meditation and grounding is very important, but you have to remember every day to protect yourself, especially if you go and work or a party or whatever. You know, protection is very important because if you protect yourself, you don't get, you can feel the energy, but you can get the energy on you. So
And what she means by protection is basically creating kind of like a shield, some kind
yeah,
of
like
mental
it's not
shield
or
that'll
or
protect
or like
your.
a bracelet in your, especially in here, in
Mhm.
your heart, in your stomach, because that's
It's
the
basically
energy
some
go.
kind of barrier. It's a barrier preventing anyone's negative emotion, anything negative to come on towards you. Kat Longo does some really good explaining in her book of the gifts beneath your anxiety, is it?
Yes.
She's got some good recommendations on how to go about doing those. So you can check out that book if you're really interested in protecting yourself. Also fully recommend releasing negative energies, anything that you might have picked up along the way. Release it, let it go.
So please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let us know about your empathic stories, any techniques or things that work for you guys. If there's anything on here that you resonated with that you were unaware of, let us know.
Or
And
that
if there's
we
any or anything that we missed, yeah. Also, if there's any questions that you have that we could cover in future episodes, please let us know. We definitely want to hear from everybody and like to bring information you're interested in.
Hopefully, the information we share with you today has been helpful in some way to you. And please remember that trust the process. We thank you for staying with us and hope you will join with us on another episode of Discovering Our Gift. Thanks.